Morning. I'm gonna get the other computer started and I'm right here. And yes, the little comment about the spider was real. So the kitties have been after something in the corner for like 40 minutes. And I had no idea what it was. Actually, I was thinking it was a mouse because I left the slider open on the patio, and there's a little gap at the bottom of the screen door where something could come through. And apparently what came through was the spider. And yeah, so they've been playing with something over there. And I'm like, what is it? What is it? And first I tried to shoo them away. They're still looking for it. I'm watching them over there. It's gone now. And so I couldn't shoo them away. So I finally just started helping them and dragging stuff out of the way because it was over in the little corner where we put everything that needs to go outside. And there's quite a bit there right now. And I didn't find anything, but they were insistent. So I walked away. And then I look over there a few minutes, well, as I was typing in the going live, and here's this humongous spider. It looks like it should live in Australia or something, one of those kind of spiders. It's like creeping out around the floor, and all the kitties are in a ring around it. They're not doing anything with it. So I had to drop a box on it because I'm not going to watch it while I'm trying to do cards with you guys. So, on to cards. No more spiders. I am going to work my little flippy magic here because I guess I love to stand on my head. Ta-da! And how do things look here? I'll try to square them up. There we go. All right, so today we are working with the Love You More Than set. We've got the Love You More Than dies. And if you can read backwards, great, you can see what's in there. And the Nothing's Better Than. Love this set, you guys. This is a little bundle, a little die and stamp bundle. And over here in the corner are some of the dies that I cut out this last night when I was playing. So we've got some little chocolates and cookies. Aren't those cookies cute? So this was double stamped, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Today the card that we're going to make is I Love You More Than Coffee. I don't love a whole lot more than coffee. Well, at this time of day anyway. But we're going to get started on that. So let me cut our card base here. We're using Very Vanilla this morning. Cutting one 8.5 sheet into half at 5.5 inches, and then we're going to use the scoring side of our trimmer at 4 1/4. And let's do 2 of them because we may not get to the other one right now, but we will. We're going to use some Petal Pink. I have some pieces that were cut from another project. Let's see if they are the right size. So we need something that is, remember you've got a ruler down here on the grid paper. 5 1/4 by 4. Actually, that's perfect. So there you go. If you need dimensions for this, 5 1/4 by 4. I'm just going to leave that as it is. And I also need that looks like it's about the right size, but we'll go ahead and cut that. 4 1/4 by 3 will be our next measurement. Now we're going to need some die cutting. My die cutter is on the other side of the table right now, so I'm going to disappear on you guys, and I'm so sorry about that. But we'll plan out together what we're going to do. Well, you can see I've cut off the sheet before, and we're going to need an I love you more than coffee. Where'd my coffee go? Oh, we may have to rethink this card. Where'd my coffee die go? All right, well, I go sort through things. I really hope that die did not get found by tiny little paws that thought it looked fun. We may have just renamed this segment Cards with Cats. And maybe we'll do the project that I planned, and maybe we won't, because cats. All right, you guys, where did you put stuff? And as I'm looking around on the floor back here, yeah, I'm finding all kinds of things that they have scattered. So our little coffee die, I'm sure, is among it. Looking. You guys are such miscreants. I'm still looking. I have found a frame and I found a set of letters. They've been busy this morning. Good. I hope that spider wasn't over here on the table. Now I've kind of got the creepy crawlies. But I still haven't found the coffee dye. I am pretty positive it's going to show up though. So what do you want to do? I love you more than. Let's do, want to do chocolates or you want to do cookies? The kitty sent it to you. Well, good. I'm glad it's safe somewhere. All right, so let's do more than chocolate. And we will just worry about our coffee later. I have my cup here. Take a sip. It'll be all right. Cookies? You want to do cookies instead? We can do I love you more than cookies because I got a bunch of cookies already made. And then I can make some more too. Because cookies. All right, let's do I love you more than cookies. They have to be gluten-free cookies though, Jen. Alright, so we want I love you more than cookies out of this, and we're going to have to run our cookies back through because I also want some cookies in this. Alright, so I already told you the die cutter's on the other side of the table now so that you didn't have to look at my house. So keep talking to me while I'm over here, and I will check back with you in a moment. And of course, while I'm standing here, I'm also scanning for everything that I can't find. Because, you know, it may show itself when I'm not looking at where I think it should be. It'll show up where it really is. Alright. Remember that popping sound is normal. And we've got cookies. Alright, so there's a cookie. I'm going to need a few more of those now. And also I'm going to need some new cutting plates. Mine are getting a little warped already because I love them and I like to use them. I was going to tell you, if you look out there, you can probably see the goats in the pasture. I just looked out there. It doesn't look like they're up and about. I should have given them prior notice so that they could be at the fence and entertaining you guys. Because you know my goats do not pass up the opportunity to mug for the camera. They are little hams. They are seasoned veterans of lives, and they are cute on demand. It's just so cool. This out, some more cookies. I will rearrange again so that we can get all of those so you guys can watch it. I promise I will. What we need, and I will be right there. Alright, so we have cookies and love and a bunch of stuff that needs to be weeded. So remember me telling you about that cool little take your pick dye brush tool? We're going to use that this morning. This comes with 2 foam mats and this great little stiff rolly brush that attaches onto the end of our take a pick tool. So this end screws off, this end screws on. Oh yeah, Jen, I know right where the chamois is. that I do have eyes on right as we speak. And I don't think this cookies, yeah, this wasn't, it was set on part of the cutting plate that I needed to, need to not use that spot anymore because it didn't punch all the way through. So that is not from the dies, that is from the cutting plate that we've overused in one area. That's why I ran it back through, and we have more. Cookies. So we have love you more than cookies. We have 2 cookies. And the little dot for our eye, well, we may have to grab a marker for that because that little dot kind of looks like, oh, wait, you know what? I found it. It's stuck to the cutting plate in both colors. All right, guard those 2 little dots with your lives, guys. We're gonna need them later. So, cookies, 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 cookies. And let's do, we need at least a half a dozen cookies, but things are always better in odd numbers, so we're gonna do 7. The font is really cool too, isn't it? Do you know what it's called? Does that particular font have a name that you're aware of? So we're just going to do some quick weeding here of, we'll just use our mat, touch that with the pointy end of our Take a Pick tool. Oh, don't be sorry, I was just curious. It is a really pretty script though, and it's a readable script, which is awesome. Let's only have one U. Put that one over here. Always cap your pointy end, especially when you're crafting around pets. You never know when somebody's going to come blasting through here, chasing a spider. And have more coffee. So the Nothing's Better Than You is a photopolymer set. And it has some really cool little sentiments on here. One of them I really like is a day without. Fill in whichever you want. Is like, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I could definitely use coffee or chocolate for that one. Today's plan: consume cookies because adulting is hard. This is just a really fun, cheeky set. And it is a double set. You see these ones that have the shaded here? Those are meant to be background. So it's a 2-step stamp. You don't have to use both, but when you do, it looks really cool. And the colors that we're working with today are Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, and Petal Pink, but we probably won't be using the Petal Pink because I was going to use it for the coffee cup. But since kitties have sidetracked my coffee dye, we're doing cookies instead. So Early Espresso and Crumb Cake. And you know, Jen, the other day when you were saying that you were looking for one of your dyes, and I was seriously thinking to myself, how do you lose one of those? Well, kitties. I totally get it now. We're going to use our little bee block. I love the bee block. And start off with our crumb cake. So we're going to stamp some cookies. You can do this before you cut them out too. I like to stamp them all at one time, so I'm a little impatient that way. I don't want to stamp it and go cut it and stamp it and go cut it. You guys don't want to wait and watch me, you know, or not watch me do that either. Now these do not have to be perfect because cookies are not perfect. So if you get one that's a little bit off the side, that's okay. That's just a little bit of personality. What are you guys doing over there? Please tell me there's not another one over there. They're back in the corner where the spider came from. I didn't get all girly and squealy about this spider either, even though size-wise it was definitely worthy of that. It was more like, oh, you've got to be kidding me, you guys. I need to go live. Let's take care of this. Just got that done. All right, so there's our little cookie backgrounds. Now we're going to, I know they don't look like cookies quite yet, but we're going to come back in with our Early Espresso ink and this dye, the cookie dye. It looks kind of like a moon almost. Or not dye, stamp. All right, when you look straight down on this, you can see where the cutout is. And it's also got some crumbs so that if you were not using it with the dyes, it's still super cute. There you go. Just all the little crumbs on there. I love that. All right, so we're just gonna line it up. Stamp over the top of our soft suede and butter cookie. And it's okay if they're not perfect. When you bake cookies, they never come out perfect. Not all of them, so. All right, there are our cookies. Those are the fastest cookies I've ever made. I have girlfriends that are like, oh, I just whipped up a batch of cookies. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That is like an all-day event for me. And I don't know why. I love to bake. Cookies seem like they take a really long time. Not like a cake, you know, you've got one pan, you just stir it all together and throw it in another pan and poof, you're done. Okay, so need our card base. Kind of putting this together in my head while I'm standing here. Oh, I know one more thing I wanted to use. This is one of the punches out of the Heart Punch pack. There are actually two that come with this. The other one is ruffled. I do not have it at the table right now, but we will look at that on another day. So this is like a 2-inch heart. It's a good size. And we're going to punch a heart out of here so that we can see through to the background. And we'll save that heart because you guys know I'm a little paper hoarder and I can't ever throw away something that I might be able to use somewhere else. And I think I kind of like it skewed a little bit because I want it to be a little bit cheeky and fun. And so I'm just going to lay this out here and you guys let me know what you think. We're not going to stick anything down yet. Let's just play with the pieces. And we're going to do something like this for our cookies to give it a little bit of emphasis. And then have our little plate of cookies over here. Now the cool thing, they don't all have to look like they have a bite taken out of them. You can layer these together so that the rest of them look like whole cookies. Okay. So I might put a few up there and maybe few down here. We're going to use some dimensionals and raise that up, maybe tuck some cookies underneath too. All right, should we start gluing it down? Kind of got a basic idea of what we're doing, I think. Let's start with this one. I'm going to use that fine tip glue pen because y'all know I love it. Let me check comments here. Yeah, Jen, have a great day. Hey, Lenora. I just looked back a little bit and saw you here. Hello, are you still here? I'm just putting a little bit of glue on some of this so that I can stick our two cookie pieces together. So you want to give it that little bit of shadowed look, like 50s diner-ish. There, we'll let those two dry together. And then our little dots. Oh, I'm glad you're having fun. Because we had this one. this one let go. And just going to pick a tool with the putty end is what we want. We're just going to stick those two together like so. And I do think I want those a little offset like that. I like that composition. Let's raise it up. How do we want to do this? I like the little bit of shadow that's coming in under the heart. If we go up with all of it, we could tuck cookies under the heart too. That would be cute. All right, let's do that. Let's put some dimensionals on there and get that one stuck down. I'm going to put them far enough back away from the edge so that no matter where we want to tuck cookies, we can. And then I think we'll just use some dimensionals, some of the small ones around here, just to keep that heart raised up too. And you know what? Let's go ahead and tack down our petal pink onto our card base too, because I don't want to have to come back over and use the stamp and seal on that once we get it elevated. I don't want to squish it back down. So we're going to give this a little bit of a twist too. Make sure that it all fits within our rectangle, but that it's just a little bit offset. So that's fine. Okay. And then this one, let's give it a little turn this way. Yeah. So now that's all floating a little bit. Cute. Oh no, 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 no. No rosies up here on the table, Scoot. All right, let's figure out where we want to put our cookies first, I think. And then we can put our words around it. Make sure we don't lose our dot. So we can tuck some of our cookies under here, as long as we... Hey Katie, welcome. So this morning we are playing with Love You More Than Cookies. We were gonna play with Love You More Than Coffee, but the kitties dumped a bunch of stuff across the floor while they were all excited about Spider. And so my coffee dye is somewhere on the floor. All right, you guys, what do you think? Maybe right there. I keep moving stuff around. Tell me when it looks good. I kind of think I like that. What do you think, guys? Is that the one right there? Of course, once we get it and start gluing it down, it'll change a little bit. But do you like that basic layout there? Should we do this? Hey, Judy, welcome. So we're playing around this morning with the Nothing's Better Than bundle. Better Than bundle. This has the Nothing's Better Than polymer stamps. And these are the stamps that we're using. So lots of really cute and cheeky sayings in this one too. And then this has a die kit that goes with it. And we've been looking for the coffee dye because the kitties got up here on my table and sent a bunch of stuff flying. So I don't know where my coffee dye is. I found a lot of things on the floor, but so far I have, and our floors go with everything. Oh my gosh, you can hide so much on our floors. And I love them for that, except when I'm looking for something specific. All right. So let's put these back before they can get a hold of anything else. And let's start gluing down our card. And we're also keeping track of this little dot. It's the dot for the cookies, so we don't want to lose that. And we are using the fine tip glue this morning. I'm still waiting for my other glue. I think it should be here today. I'm getting a box in the mail today. Let's just start giving those cookies a little dot of glue and holding them down.
It's really cute.
Thanks. Cole just came home. Say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
So we're just gluing and tucking the cookies in here. Oh, those are the two we want to float on top. these two cookies, we're just going to overlap a little bit. I told you that our precise layout was going to change a little bit as we got to working with it, and that's okay. This is what the fine tip glue is really good for, because you can just get in there on these fine die cuts. Let's do that. You will float that one off of the card a little bit there. It's loud here this morning. I don't know what's with all the planes that are going over today. We could float that right across here. I kind of like that. What do you think? Just float it right off the edge of the paper and give it some more dimension. All right, now we have that little dot for the cookies that we've been keeping track of for all of our time together here. Oh, my glue dot didn't stick. Okay, let's put this one on there first. Come on, let go. I really need both ends of this tool at one time. And we can do that because this comes off. So with the putty end, I've got a hold of it, but now we need to make it let go of it. And I'm just going to drop it down like so. Give it another little dot of glue. And then offset it a little bit like we did for cookies. There we go. The other end of this is a paddle, so you have something that you can get underneath things with, and then for working anything fine that you need. This is a really handy little tool, and it's only like $10, so it's really inexpensive too. Plus you get another putty end with it. So there is our card for this morning, guys. What do you think? Love you more than cookies. Well, thank you everybody for joining me this morning. And I will be back hopefully next Thursday. And we will find something else cute to do. Okay, time for me to flip upside down. Bye everybody, have a wonderful day.